Today, we're talking about something huge, a massive shift in how software gets made. And it's a change that could unlock a total tidal wave of innovation for entrepreneurs just like you.
Come on, I bet you do. We've all got that one idea, right? The one that's scribbled on a napkin, or maybe it's just a note on your phone, but you just know it could be huge. The one that could really change everything.
But, and this is the big but, bringing it to life, that's a totally different story. That's usually where the dream slams right into a brick wall. Because turning that amazing idea into something real, something you can actually launch and get into people's hands, that's a whole other ballgame.
So for decades, if you wanted to turn that idea into reality, you had to face this series of massive, expensive roadblocks. Let's just walk through the old, frustrating way of doing things. Okay, first up, developers. You need them. But finding good ones who actually get your vision, that's so tough. It's almost always the biggest bottleneck right from the start. And suddenly, you're completely at the mercy of someone else's schedule, their expertise, their timeline.
And hey, it's not just about the code, right? You also need a great designer for the UI and the whole user experience. Because let's be real, an app that works but is ugly or confusing to use, it's pretty much dead on arrival. So, boom, that's another expert you've got to go find and hire.
And all that talent? Well, it costs money. A lot of money. I mean, we're talking a starting budget of anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000. And that's often just for version 1. This one thing, the money, it kills most great ideas before they ever even get off the ground.
And you know what? Even if you have the cash and you found the team, the whole process is just painfully slow. It's this endless cycle of meetings, then revisions, then misunderstandings, and more delays. That thing you thought would take a few weeks, yeah, that just turned into months.
But what if we could just throw all of that out the window? What if we could just get rid of it? Well, there's a new wave of tech that is completely flipping the script on how apps get built. And believe me, it is an absolute game changer for entrepreneurs. So, say hello to the AI App Builder. And what's so cool about this is, we're not just talking about some simple template here. No. We're talking about a platform where you just describe your idea in plain English, and the AI goes and builds a real working application for you.
The whole process is, honestly, it's almost laughably simple. Step 1, you write a prompt. You describe the app you want. Step 2, a tool like Famous.ai just gets to work and generates the entire experience. That's it. It's that simple. From your words straight to a working product.
And let me be clear, this is not just some pretty picture or a mock-up. The AI is generating the whole thing. We're talking the front end your users actually see, all the code underneath, the UI design, even the working logic that makes the app, well, work. It's a real, usable starting point right out of the box. So what can you actually build with something like this? Well, think about all those custom tools for your business. Things like customer intake apps, or those interactive lead magnets to get new customers, or maybe onboarding tools for new clients, financial calculators, even chatbot-style advisors. All of these things used to be a whole custom development project. Not anymore.
So it all comes down to this new mantra. Ready? No code, no hires, no waiting. All those massive roadblocks we were just talking about, they're basically just disappearing.
Look, this is way more than just a cool new tool. This fundamentally changes the entire strategy for entrepreneurs. It creates a brand new playbook for how you build and launch a business.
And this just lays it all out, doesn't it? The old way? Months and months of back and forth. High overhead. Being completely dependent on other people. The AI way? You can launch the same day with basically zero overhead, and you stay in total control. Just stop and think about that for a second. The power of that. The speed from having an idea to having a product is now measured in hours, not months. This means you can test your ideas instantly, get feedback from real people, and change course without losing a ton of time and money. And you know what else this does? It unlocks totally new ways to make money. You can now create and sell digital tools and apps as actual products. A few years ago, the cost of development made that impossible for most of us. Now, it's a huge, high-margin opportunity that's open to pretty much anyone. So you're not just creating new income streams. You're building incredible value for your audience. You can solve their specific problems with custom-built tools. And that deepens their loyalty and makes your brand something they just can't live without. Ultimately, what this does is give you the power to move like a tech company, a nimble, fast-moving tech company. Even if you're a solo entrepreneur,
You can build, you can test, you can launch products at a speed that used to be only for those Silicon Valley startups with millions of dollars in the bank.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? The technical barriers, the financial barriers, they're just crumbling. The new bottleneck isn't money or who you can hire. It's just your imagination. So, all of this brings us to the most important question of all. With these kinds of tools now at your fingertips, what are you going to build?
Seriously, what problem are you going to solve? What kind of value will you create for people? You know that $1 million idea? The one that's been on the back burner for maybe years? Well, maybe today is the day it finally comes to life.